Hello, I'm Dr. Brand Gibson, and welcome back to the Be Unhackable Book Club. And congratulations, you've made it to day 30, the very last day of the book club. And I'm so excited that you're here. And today's subject is creation, create your boon. And before we go any further, I'm just going to turn the time over to Carrie and have him talk about day 30, and then I'll come back and discuss a little bit more with you, including where we go from here.
Hey, congratulations. You have done it. Today is day 30 of 30 for the Unhackable 30-Day Book Club. And I just want to let you know I'm incredibly proud of you. So listen, what is day 30 all about? Well, day 30 is all about creating your boon. So this entire process, you've been becoming unhackable every single day through flawless idea anatomy, deliberate magnetic focus, and optimal human performance. We call it idea, focus, and flow. I want to read you the quote from Mark Batterson today on day 30. It's really powerful. It says, "Every dream is created twice. The first creation is mental. Every invention, every business, every building, every painting, everything is conceived in the right brain imagination first. The second creation is physical." And that's really what Unhackable is all about. It's about you creating your boon twice. Once in the mind, the second time in reality. That's really closing the gap between dreaming and doing, the subtitle of the book. So, in this day, by the way, Australia, Karen Gibbs, got to give a big shout out to her. She just started her group today on day 1. So, people in Australia, big congrats. Tomorrow, people from all over the world are going to be starting their 30-day book club, our Unhackable coaches. So, it rinses and repeats again and again. This is literally the 30-day process for you to take an idea, pop it in, work it through the 30 daily missions. Remember, there's no chapters. It's day 1, day 2, day 3, and then out 30 days later, boom, you've achieved your dream. Now, if you have a really big dream and you say, "Carrie, there's no way I can accomplish that in 30 days, then what you do is you take that dream and you separate it into smaller pieces. So, for example, we are launching the Elixir Project film, and just today was a big day. Sarah came up with the budget. Do you know how much that thing's going to cost? Are you ready for this? I'm not even kidding. In fact, I'm going to grab it right now. Sarah came up with the budget in all of her research. You talk about a big boon. This is crazy. The bottom line for this dream, $68 million. $68 million. Now, that's crazy. That's impossible, right? Everyone says, "Hey, that's impossible. You can't do that." Well, guess what? That dream of getting Elixir Project into a film or a TV series, we had to break that thing down into smaller, 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 smaller pieces. So one of the first steps was finish the book. Boon achieved. One of the next steps was write the screenplay. Boon achieved. And we even broke it down further, like write the first scene of the screenplay. Folks, you can do this. You can absolutely do this. Just like Michael Phelps getting all of those gold medals. He didn't break it down to say, "Hey, I want to achieve a gold medal." He said, "Hey, what does the perfect practice look like?" And then he broke that further down and said, "What does the perfect warm up look like?" And then he broke it down further and said, "What does the perfect stretching look like?" And as he began to break that big boon down into micro boons, as he became unhackable, the gold medal simply revealed the process that he had achieved. In other words, he didn't just achieve a gold medal, his process revealed the gold medal. Now, you might think that's just a play on words. Actually, it's not. I see Brant, I see Carolyn, I see Faye, I see a lot of our amazing coaches here. They're breaking down their boons into smaller steps. But here's what I want to challenge you with today on day 30, the final day. Right here in black and white. The risk is worth it. The risk is worth it. Folks, I was on my Peloton bike a little while ago listening to, believe it or not, TD Jakes. And he just fires me up. But he was talking about how sometimes we need to get into a different environment. He talked about how we're the seed, and many times the seed blames other things for not growing, when really it's because it's not in the right soil. Let me ask you a question. Are you in the right soil? You can have all the potential, you as that seed, but if you're in the wrong soil, you won't grow. So one of the challenges about Unhackable Day 30 is get around people who fuel you. Get around people who fire you up. Get around people who support your dream. Get around people who are truth tellers. People who call you out and say, listen, it's been 2 weeks since you've been telling me you're going to do that. When are you going to do it? We all need truth tellers in our lives. I have my wife is a truth teller. My friend Chet is a truth teller. I got a lot of truth tellers. But what's really cool is that in this chapter, you're going to find obstacles. And all these obstacles, you might be tempted to think, hey, these are obstacles that prevent me from achieving my boon. I love what Dan Sullivan says, one of my coaches. He's the founder of Strategic Coach. And what Dan says, I got to quote him here. Dan says, all the obstacles that oppose your dream are actually the raw material for achieving them. Let me say that again. All the obstacles that oppose your dream are actually the raw material for achieving it. In other words, in this chapter, we have someone named Sue Austin who's in a wheelchair, and her dream is to do scuba diving. And you can see this on YouTube. Now, there's all kinds of obstacles that will prevent her from achieving her boon. How does she get in the water? How does she have a breathing apparatus? How does she get funding? How does she have a wheelchair that is fit to put into the water? The point is this, folks. She wrote down all the obstacles, and she said, this is why I can't do my boon. And then she said, this is exactly what my brain does. Your brain is designed to find out the steps to achieve your boon. And if you're negative, you'll label them as obstacles. If you're positive, you'll label them as opportunities. And one by one, you check them off. And folks, that's what we did with Elixir Project, a fiction book about people's brains getting hacked. People said we could never do it. And sure enough, here's the fiction version. Here's the nonfiction version. This one's becoming a screenplay. It is a screenplay. It's becoming a movie. This one has become a bestseller. And together, they're changing lives. Not because of anything I've done, because of you doing the work. And I'm proud of you. So I just wanted to take a moment on day 30. Unhackable, baby. Boom. And I'm proud of you. And I just want to say, spread the word, because this is what ideas do. Ideas can change the world. I'm proud of you. Be a soul on fire, and reach out to an unhackable coach. If you don't have one, reach out to unhackablebook.com. We'll see you.
Perfect. So as we were talking about with the unhackable process, you're now at the boon. You created your boon, or you wrote it down. You clarified it and made sure you knew exactly what was going on. And now the obstacle, or that the process, is to figure out what the obstacles are. What are the reasons that the world is telling you you can't reach your boon? And write each of those obstacles down, and then look at each obstacle and say, okay, how does this become an opportunity? How can I change this from an obstacle to an opportunity? And I promise you that if you turn your mindset and start looking that way, then you can actually get moved to the next level and say, okay, I change that to an opportunity and I start working on it. Then the next opportunity, you start working on it. Next opportunity, you start working on it. Because really, to reach your boon, to reach your goals, to live your dream, and to enjoy an extraordinary life, you just need to take the next best step. You need to find out what the one thing is that if you did it, everything else would be easier, and do that one thing. And then once you get to that point, everything speeds up and you're moving quicker to your boon. You say, okay, what's the next best thing? You say, and if I do that one thing, it's going to make everything easier. And you move that way. Now, in saying that, you may say, okay, yeah, that's easy in theory. How do I do it? Well, the truth is, you need to become unhackable. You've gone through the 30-day book club. And if you haven't, if you've only done a couple days, all of them are here. But if you're saying, I need to figure out how to truly become unhackable, then we need to help you take that next best step. And there's an opportunity tomorrow. If you pay attention, I'm going to actually do a little course that explains this process of not just participating in the book, not just participating in the book club, not just reading the book or listening to the book or whatever, but actually taking it really deep so that you can actually learn more and become more. So if you're interested in that opportunity, I invite you to join me tomorrow when we will make it perfectly clear some of the next best steps you should take. This is Dr. Grant Gibson. Thank you for being here. This has been the Be Unhackable Book Club. This was day 30, which means you've gone all the way through the 30 missions, and you're in the perfect spot now to truly take your next step, to truly work on becoming unhackable in work and play so that you can reach your goals, live your dream, and truly enjoy the extraordinary life. Dr. Grant Gibson, have a great night.